Well, hello YouTube. So the forecast for the week ahead is we're coming into autumn and there's a bit of rain about, which we badly need. But this afternoon it's set fair till about 5 o'clock. So I thought I'd get the CL out and take her for a run. Now then, bit of a story. I went out and did a few errands the other day. When I come back, I'd been up at the doctor's and there'd been some workmen in there. And as I was riding back to the house, I was thinking, the back of the bike was squirming. I'm thinking, that back tyre feels is like it's going flat. Anyway, when I had a look, yeah, sure enough, there's a nail. Not a very big nail, but just big enough to puncture my tyre. Yeah, so anyway, not a big deal. Get the puncture repair kit out. But I made a really bad mistake. I forgot to put a chock. I have a big piece of wood, about 9 inches by 4 inches. It's 2x4, and I normally wedge that either in front of the bike, under the front wheel, but normally I stick it on, in front of the back wheel, so that when I push on the tyre, I don't push the bike off its main stand. Can you see where I'm going with this? Anyway, I forgot. Anyway, so get all the puncture gear out, start on the repair, get to the point where I'm going to put the jelly in, and it is a hard job to get one of those jellies in, and I try not to ream the hole out more than I have to do. So I'd rather it be a bit of a hard job to get the repair in. Of course, push the bike off its side stand, didn't I? Because I've only got a side stand. Anyway, it fell over, but thankfully this little bike, it crashes. It's all right. It's a pretty tough little bike, and let's get to the top of this road and I'll show you the only thing that got damaged. I put a little bit of a scratch on my mirror, nothing, a bit of polish and elbow grease couldn't get rid of. And 2 days before I had this mishap and the bike fell over, James Simpson said to me, you want to put some sliders on those crash bars, Gray. If the bike ever falls over, it'll save them. So I splashed out £9 on 2 sliders, fitted them to the bike, and one of the sliders, the fastener, was a bit of a dud. So it was actually cheaper to buy another slider than buy another fastener. I know that sounds daft, but it just worked out cheaper because it left me with a spare slider. Anyway, so the bike falls over that way and lands on that slider, this one. That bottom fastening in the old slider was dicky. Anyway, it took the knock, completely destroyed it, but that's it. I've got a tiny little scratch on here which I've repaired, a tiny little scratch, nothing, absolutely nothing. It's a scrambler, it's meant to fall over. Engine bars did their job, exhaust was safe, nothing else got damaged. Absolutely brilliant. So these sliders, James, were a good idea of yours. Thank you for telling me about the idea. And I bought the £9 a pair, and I bought 2 pairs. So one's a write-off and I've got another spare. And yeah, that was that. So got the bike repaired, got it back up. That's it, we're done. But Richard, Calm Biker, told me the other day that Miles Kingsport won't loan service bikes out to people over 70 years of age. They're having an issue with their insurer. But then last night, itchy nose, Richard come back to me and said that he'd been talking, I think he'd been talking to Andy Kirkup, and Andy Kirkup said, no, if Graham needs a loan bike, that won't be a problem. And they're trying to resolve the problem with their insurer. It's ageist. most people are very, very surprised when I tell them I'm 70 years old. Most people think I'm 59. Unbelievable. I'll take that. You're 70? Yeah, 70. Bloody hell, I only thought you were about 59. No, I'm retired. I've been retired, what, 10 years nearly? Bloody hell. This is nice because I'm just having a bimble around some of my favourite roads. I'm tending to go back to how I started and just ride, yeah, whatever roads I fancy riding. Now, I was just thinking to myself, I hadn't seen many pheasants down this road just yet, and then I looked down the farm track there. It was absolutely thick with them. They're following a trail of seed which has obviously been dropped by a tractor and trailer. Normally this road you get quite a lot of them. Yep, speak of the devil. A male bird in molt and a pigeon. Looking at the amount of, there's a little bit of water running down the cave, not a tiny amount, but there's definitely, and that's the first time this year I've seen that anywhere. So incidentally, one thing I did work out was I can definitely pick this bike up on my own, but this is the limit of what I can manage. But I can pick it up, and that's really important, especially when I'm out on my own like this. The NT and the Africa Twin, not a hope in hell. I just don't have the strength anymore. Something definitely happened to me after I had that big operation on my back. Whether I'm guarding it a little bit or what, I don't know, but I was warned, you know, don't do it again, because we might not be able to put it right a second time. So I'm always got that in my head. But yeah, no, I got this up no problem at all. 194 kilos. Mind you, I must admit, I had to put me back into it, as it were. There's another one up. Excuse the pun. But yeah, no, I was bloody annoyed that I dropped the bike, and I was dead lucky that I didn't hit my new car. The bike handlebar missed the car by about 5 or 6 inches. Bloody hell. So another lesson, don't work on your bike near your car, idiot. But I was really impressed by how well it took the knock. Nasty corner this. Don't take it short. Quickest way to drop your bike. That horrible rise. Really bad camber on it. I've just found a little lane. And you know, I ain't got a clue where this takes us. It might only go a mile or so. But anything's better than riding on the A166 York to Bridlington Road on a busy summer Saturday. So we'll just see where this little bit of lane takes us. I mean, it's just running parallel to the A166, but anyway, we'll just see where it goes. I saw it and thought, I don't know where that goes. In fact, I'm not even sure I noticed it before. Because I came up a road that I tend to go the other way down, so my back would be to this lane. Ordinarily, I probably wouldn't notice it. Ooh. Okay. Well, I know that goes back to the A166. Yeah, it's a lay-by. It's a bit of the old road. Oh, okay. Well, I'll let some. It's and happily I had a car there. Yeah, I thought I did on that blind bend. Ooh, that was lucky. They'd come down there at one hell of a lick. Right. But hell, I'm glad I looked the second time. I could have got out. I just had to really brake the bike. I just caught it in the corner of my eye. There was something, do you know what I mean? It's like, and I always have that tendency, I'll put my brakes on. But it's a real sharp bend, that. The other way into Thixondale by the Robert Fuller Gallery. Damn it, I missed the hole in the fence. I was looking for that. Missed it. Oh, no, never mind. We've got nearly as good a view here. Just get myself somewhere where it's safe. Okay, that was the view I was trying to show you. Pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good. That's looking down in the direction of Buckthorpe. And then going over the high ground, you can see it's up the other side of the Vale of York and going up into the Dales. Don't think the camera will show it up. Quite a view. It wasn't the easiest place to get on and off the bike. It's quite a grade here, and I'm always frightened. You get off the bike and it rolls off its side stand. That's where that handbrake came in handy on the Africa Twin. Definitely. It's a real shame that they can't make a 500 like this, but with some of the finesses that the bigger bikes have. We don't all want great big bikes. The NT was too heavy, the Africa Twin was too tall. But I'd love them to do like a luxury version of this bike. That'd be good. And then the view that we get at the end here is towards the Howardian Hills and Rydale. Some horses. I wasn't making any noise. I had a closed throttle and we were just freewheeling down the hill, and he still shied away. Well, I was going to ride down the hill to Birdsall. This is a new road here, look. Brand spanking new surface. I think it would be rude not to ride on here. Lovely. Bah, they made a lovely job of this. And apart from that little bit down the hill, this is all new as well. I think they've been repairing this road in patches. I like riding down these walls valleys, they're very peaceful places. Now the Highland cattle are here. Oh, that bloody great Hereford bull. Look at the size of that big bugger. By hell. He's a big lad. But I mean, you can see why they put them down here. I mean, it's beautifully sheltered for them. I'll tell you one thing I think about this CL500, and I don't think I've ever had a bike that's made me feel this way before, but this little bike's got a soul. It's got a character that I've come close to a couple of times, but this bike just so suits me as an individual. You know, you could search an entire riding lifetime, and I think you'd be very hard pressed to find another bike that suits me as well as this 500 actually does. Anyway, I do hope that you've enjoyed this Saturday afternoon bimble around some of the lanes around Thixtondale, and from Thixtondale I'll say please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.
There goes Graham on the mighty sail.